How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another FPL video. Today it's time to talk wildcard, and not just any wildcard. I'll be showing you what I feel is the best wildcard team for Gameweek 7 if you are indeed using the chip. So let's get straight into it. Well, I figured there's no better way to do this by making the perfect wildcard team other than doing it on the FPL website, kicking it old school. No graphics, no crazy editing, none of that, just making a wildcard team from scratch. So yeah, this is my team. I've gotten off to quite an amazing start. I'm sitting on 436 points and ranked just under 60k overall. If you're new here and you don't actually know me and you don't know my FPL history, I figured it's worth actually showing it to you. So this season alone, I actually got off to my best ever start, where I was just under 32k in Gameweek 1, went up to 22k, and a massive downfall in Gameweek 3. But since then, I've slowly been creeping back up, and that's where I am at the moment. My previous seasons, before previous seasons, I'm sure you can see that I've not used any chip yet, so I'm in quite a good position. I still have the wildcard in hand. And I actually am not using my wildcard this game week. I've mentioned this in my team selection video. If you haven't checked that out yet, please go and have a look. My previous seasons, I've started playing FPL in 2016. I've played for 5 seasons to date. This will be my 6th season currently. And my worst ever rank to date is 86k. 28.7k in my first season, 7k in the second. And the last season, actually, although it shows 7.7k, it felt like my most disappointing season to date because deep into the season, I was ranked 550th in the world, and I genuinely thought I was in with a shot of winning everything. So that's always been the aim since I first ever started playing FPL, and that always will be the aim. I'm not here just to try and finish under 100k every year. But yeah, I've been very consistent with FPL, and I hope that continues for many, many years to come. So if you want to stick around on my journey to winning FPL, I suggest you subscribe to the channel. And remember, it's not just about me here. I'm here to help as many of you as possible. So if you have any questions at all, ask them and I'll answer absolutely any question. Just please don't ask for my ID number, banking details and stuff. Anything else, and I'll answer it, mate. So yeah, let's get on to what you're here for, and that is what I feel is the best wildcard team for Gameweek 7. So yeah, my current team has a few flags in it, which is a slight worry, but I'm still holding out on the wildcard because I truly feel that Gameweek 8 is the best time for me personally and my team to play the wildcard. Every team is different, remember that. Don't just do something just because a big account or someone that's done very well previously in FPL is doing. Remember, each team is different and every FPL manager is facing a different set of circumstances at the moment. So just play your own game, worry about yourself, worry about your own team. So if I were to wildcard in this very moment, I can finally say goodbye to Luke Shaw. The guy has been disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. I expected a lot more from him. So I'm just going to be removing the players that I definitely don't want in my team going forward. Robert Sanchez, quite mixture of fixtures really. I don't quite like Gameweek 9 and 10, if I'm being honest. I'm going to say goodbye to you, bro. Ben White. So in defense, I'm just leaving Trent and Livramento at the moment. Trent because he's Trent. We'll find out a bit more tomorrow. Oh, well, I say tomorrow because I'm currently recording this video on a Thursday, and we'll know more from Klopp on Friday regarding Trent's fitness and Liverpool as a whole. So, yeah, Tino Livramento is the best budget defender out there. You're not going to get another player like him in the game. So, well, currently. Last season, we've seen what Dallas could do. Yeah, Ben Rama, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Nah, it's time to say goodbye, mate. Saw, I quite like him. He's explosive. Ooh, Sea of Red. Time to go. Greenwood, Jota. Well, in midfield, we're just leaving the king here. Ronaldo, and yeah. So the reason I've got rid of Benrahma and kept Antonio is that Antonio is just on another level at the moment. He's performing better than any premium out there. I mean, look at this. This is ridiculous. And he's absolutely fixture proof. So, although the fixtures may not look the best, I can see Antonio being involved in every single one of these games. So, until Antonio is actually injured or goes on an extremely long patch of no returns, maybe 4 games or so, then only will I consider actually getting rid of him. But it's time to make that ultimate team, and that starts with getting the players that I want right now without checking anything. And first of all, the first name that will be coming in is Lukaku. With Chelsea's fixtures, it's very difficult to ignore any of their players really, but Lukaku is a no-brainer. Look at this. Southampton, Brentford, Norwich, Newcastle, Burnley, Leicester. The United game could go anyway, and so yeah, you should actually be getting Lukaku into your team. The issue we're having, and I say we, is because it's the entire FPL community. If you're playing FPL, you already know that it's so difficult to predict which freaking Chelsea defender is going to be playing. And with these fixtures, I ideally want 2 Chelsea defenders. I want to triple up in Chelsea. And I would have thought previously that Alonso has now nailed his position, but after last night's Champions League game, where he was subbed off after 45 minutes, I don't know, it doesn't look good. Chilwell is fit. Every single defender in that team is now fit. And even Azpilicueta, even though he's the captain and you think he's nailed, you know, I don't know, huh? The safest option in defense would be Rudiger. So, although I want to double up, the only player I'm very certain of from the Chelsea defense is Rudiger at the moment. And I also want Cancelo. He has nailed his position in the Man City team now. He may get the odd rotation here and there, but he's nailed in my opinion. Man City has some decent fixtures coming up, and the reason I'm not wildcarding in Gameweek 7 is because I want at least 2 Man City players in my team, and Gameweek 7 isn't the most ideal with their immediate fixture against Liverpool. Now, call me biased as a Liverpool supporter, but I genuinely don't think that's an easy game. Although Liverpool does look a bit open at the back, as we've seen. It can go either way, but for me personally, I wouldn't wildcard this game week. I know a lot of you have to. You have that many injuries, you have that many, warriors in your team and rotation risk. So I completely understand wildcarding this game week. I've seen some huge accounts also wildcarding now. So you're in good company if you are. And it's just me trying to help you now. Trying to help you come up with what would be the best team on a wildcard. So yeah, we're leaving Trent at the moment until we know more. And his fixtures, they look like a mixed bag, but Trent has created 21 chances. The only player close to him as a defender is Cancelo, and he's on 12. Oh, not Cancelo actually, that is Marcos Alonso. Or is it Cancelo? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm sure you all do your own digging into stats and so on. And for me, it's a no-brainer. Trent has more than double the chances created than any other defender out there. So if he's fit, he should be in your team. Okay, let's leave the last defender spot available at the moment. Let's go goalkeeper. And I always like to back a 4.5 million goalkeeper. And with how Arsenal have been performing recently, I see no better keeper at the moment than Ramsdale. To get an Arsenal goalkeeper at 4.5 is actually, a bargain. And I say a bargain. I know a lot of you may joke about Arsenal that they haven't been performing and, you like to banter them. But let's be honest here. Arsenal almost kept 3 clean sheets in a row after their bad start to the season. And has it been any coincidence that Ramsdale came in from that run? I think Ramsdale made a massive difference to the Arsenal team and he's nailed his spot in the team. So I think it's best to have him as your keeper on the wildcard. When I actually wildcard in Gameweek 8, Ramsdale will be the keeper coming in. Fixtures are good. Let's move on. Okay, midfield. This is where it becomes difficult. First name going in here after Mo Salah has to be Rafinha. Now I know he has a yellow flag here, but I've just watched the press conference from Bielsa and he said that Rafinha is fit. So you have nothing to worry about. Rafinha is fit, and with such a tasty fixture to start, Watford at home, look at this run. I wish I could get him into my actual team in place of Jota this game week, but I've just got too many issues in defense that I have to sort out. I can't be taking negative points and stuff to get in Rafinha now before the wildcard. So yeah, get in Rafinha if you don't have him. If you do, well done. He should be killing it. The next player I want in is a Man City player. And in terms of a player that's the most nailed, initially we all went to Torres, right? I luckily didn't, and the moment everybody started getting on him, he was actually dropped from the team. Now I don't know what to expect in the Man City team, but a safe option and a player that I feel has underperformed and could explode very soon is Jack Grealish. I mean, we all know Jack Grealish. He was a talisman in Aston Villa, and he's yet to truly kick on for Man City, which I feel he will do quite soon. He started every game for Man City thus far. Sure, he could get dropped. It's Pep. Pep can drop absolutely anyone. He used to bench Aguero. So yeah. Jack Grealish will be coming into my team. The next player I want in is... Any guesses? Any guesses? Starts with the S. Saka. Yeah. I think Saka seems to be performing massively for Arsenal, not just now, from the back end of last season. So if Arsenal is going to kick on and start scoring a bit more, I can expect Saka to be involved in any of his goals. Goal, assist, even the pre-assist. Obviously, we don't like the pre-assist, but he will be involved in everything going forward. The last defender spot, okay, let's leave it open. So, how much is left in the bank? 16.3. Okay, like I said previously, I want double Chelsea defense. So, let's just go. We do know there may be some rotation, but Azpilicueta is a lot safer than Alonso, James, and, well, definitely not Rudiger. Christensen, maybe. I don't actually know, mate. It's a tough one to choose that second defender from Chelsea. But yeah, just don't pick Chilwell. Don't pick James. Alonso, Azpilicueta, or Christensen has to be your second defender if you're going for double. Another option, if you want to go without Azpilicueta, is actually Semedo in Wolves. Wolves have a great run of fixtures coming up, and Nelson Semedo has underperformed to say the least. He looks like he's going to get a monster haul quite soon, and it's worth getting him in. Look at these fixtures. I don't know, I'm just still tempted by double Chelsea defense, and that's what I'm leaning towards at the moment. Okay, how much is left? 10.3. What do we want to do? 3 up top or 5 in midfield? Well, let's look at the midfield options. Okay, let's go. Let's just pick a standard placeholder now up top. Let's go for a 4.5 striker. Forward, sorry. Midfielder, striker, forward. Okay, this is just a placeholder, by the way. This person won't be in the team. Okay, with a 4.5 forward, we have 6.8 or 5.8 to play with in midfield. So an option would be I would assume would be Gallagher, right? How much is he? Oof, 5.7, just made it. Okay, Gallagher has been smashing it to say the least. Monster Hall in Gameweek 3, 15-pointer, followed up by an 8-pointer, 2 points, while it was against Liverpool, then 4 points against Brighton. Fixtures, I remember them being a mixed bag. But yeah, Leicester, Arsenal, Newcastle, City, Wolves, Burnley. I mean, not the best, but not the worst, if we're being honest. What do we think? Okay. The team that's been performing massively of recent note is Brentford. And an option would be Tony up top. Okay, if we were to do Tony, how much would that leave us with in midfield? Okay, first let's have a look at the fixtures of Ivan Toney. West Ham, Chelsea. Ooh, okay. 2 difficult fixtures to start, but look at Game Week 9 onwards. Definitely someone to consider. What about Damari Gray in midfield? We're just looking at the options, right? Everton, I know they haven't been performing massively recently, but Damari Gray has been. There's definitely one to consider. From Game Week 9 onwards, he has quite decent fixtures, but 11 and 12, and then 14 puts me off. Okay, so I'm going to rule out Damari Gray. So we're either going Gallagher or Ivan Toney. I'm leaning towards Ivan Toney at the moment. So let's get him in. Ivan Toney. 4 mil in midfield. That's not ideal if we're being honest. We need a minimum of 4.5, and the best 4.5 midfielders I believe at the moment are Sissoko and Douglas Luiz. And between the two, I'm going to go with Douglas Luiz. We look at his recent numbers. You can see in the last 2 games, 2 assists, and for a 4.5 midfielder, you can't be asking for much more. Douglas Luiz to come in, and I think that just means that it's time to let go of Azpilicueta. We already have doubts about him, whether he's going to start week in, week out. I've asked so many Chelsea fans, and nobody has a concrete answer other than Rudiger, and Christensen is your next safest bet. And with Christensen, he's a lot cheaper than Azpilicueta, and I think he's 5 mil, and he is. Well, this team leaves us with 0.5 in the bank, and I think it's actually the most suited and the best wildcard team if I were to wildcard right now, this would be my wildcard team. Yes, there may be room to tinker, come very close to the deadline as we know more about Trent, but if Klopp does hint that Trent is out just for 1 or 2 weeks, and I say 1 or 2 weeks and not 1 or 2 game weeks, is because after Game Week 7, we go into the international break, and that should be more than enough time, if Trent's injury is minor, to recover, and his immediate fixture after that is against Watford. And that's the fixture I personally would want to have Trent for. I don't know about you. An option would be double City defense, double Chelsea defense. Slightly higher risk, but could be well worth it. If you went Cancelo and Diaz, Rudiger and Christensen, or if you do want to go a bit riskier, go with Alonso. You don't actually know. Alonso basically plays as a second striker a lot of the time. And I know we joke about it, but how often have you seen Alonso next to Lukaku in the box asking for the ball? So it's not crazy to assume that Alonso could do very well, but knowing his minutes is the issue. Alonso, just like Aguero, if I ever thought they were going to start, I'd like to have them in my team. Just unfortunate that in this very moment, he's a rotation risk. Unless Tuchel comes out and absolutely tells us Alonso is starting, I'd stay away this game week and on the wild card. So yeah, there you have it. This is what I believe is the perfect wildcard team for Game Week 7. This is what I would go with. It leaves 0.5 million in the bank. So yeah, let me know what your wildcard team looks like. If you have any questions, if you doubt any of my selections here, let me know. If you have any inside info regarding a Chelsea defender, tell me, mate. I want to know. I want to know which defender to put in other than Rudiger. But the thing I do know is I want 2 Chelsea defenders for that run. If you've been watching the channel, do let me know if you like this type of video where it's a bit spontaneous, without graphics and editing and just me speaking in the moment. I'm sure there must have been a ton of mistakes, which sucks. But would you like to see more of this, or should I stick to how I've done all my videos prior to this? All feedback is very welcome. If you're new, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe and like the video if you haven't yet. Good luck everyone, and remember to FPL responsibly.